covered in the comp now that items are coming through is we see that Volibear is able to go second item Thornmail, and I just think this is too effective against the comp coming out from York University with their main damage threats being the Camille Viego, because a Galio and a Seraphine in terms of
looking
AP.
on the Galio. Ton of damage. Shockwave comes out, forces the flash.
That's nice. Flash 4 are there, but long story short, their damage over time threats are both AD, and I don't think there's enough AP to deal with Volibear, so he's going to be a walking brick house in this game, and who is able to get a good angle onto Aphelios, who had to flash right away to avoid her slingshot, but at the end of the day, they could not DPS the Volibear. The members that do damage for York, the Camille and the Viego, cannot go toe-to-toe with that champion. And it's West Shamansi again on the Volibear with a quadra kill to just seal the deal for that fight for McMasters. But York University showing signs of life in their comp and the combos it can pull out.
Yeah, that Rel engage, grouping everybody up, she's really hard to kill. Despite, and unfortunately, Viego kind of walks up and gets deleted from the game.
Yeah, good
with Dragon
sign.
coming up in 5 seconds, that does mean they're going to be sole point for McMasters, unless, you know, some crazy steal comes in from over the wall, but I suspect we won't be seeing that.
No, yeah, it looks like it's going to be Soul lined up at around 31 here from McMaster University, and York are probably going to have to scrape together everything they can to contest as we see a face check.
We do see an engage from York looking onto the Thresh to try to get something, but...
All right, guys, we are back. We're doing our best over here at 1Life2Play to fix these issues. We do have some issues with our production PC back here. Doing our best to fix those. We're trying to run the stream on a different computer out inside of our other studio that's in our lounge. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys come down 6070 Broadview Road and take a look at the lounge. You could see the studio out there, the stage, really, really cool stuff here. So hopefully this will fix our issues. We are up and running. We are into game, and man, finally, Game 3, Mingos versus Kent State University, and I'm excited to see this Viego.
Oh yeah, we have a Viego in the top lane versus Malphite for Mingos. Could be the spicy sauce pick that they need to surprise Kent State and get this Game 3 win for the series to stay alive in this league.
Again, while we're waiting for this, we appreciate you guys in chat being patient with us, sticking around, making sure you catch these games. I know you guys are just as excited as we are to see this match play out, and hopefully we will have all these issues resolved right now, and we'll be able to flow nicely into our second match of the day. And yeah, so we just appreciate the viewers out there sticking around, being patient with us, and hopefully we're going to get a nice banger of a game with this one.
Oh, it's already a banger. I could just tell by this level 1. The tension in the river is making the water boil, as you can see here. And that last issue was a driver res.
A driver res? Yes, yes. Actually, we did get rid of the issue, and then surprise, it came back as we were loading.
So it ganked, and then
yeah, we got ganked, and then it got zilly resed and tried to fuck with us some more. So. Oh,
what are you
man.
gonna do? Happens.
You know, sometimes technology is just beyond your control in some scenarios, and I think we've got everything resolved. So,
sounds pretty good to me as we see a bit of a scuffle here. So we did get the Rel that came out from Kent State. This time it's with a Misfortune. We talked about the combo that Kent State can pull off, and if not the combo, it's the Corki that can win them this game. So eyes on Kenny, his CS numbers, his lane state, and how he can deal with this Echo. Looking at junglers. Oh. Well, junglers are both crossing through mid to opposite directions right now, so they're opposite path. This is the 3rd game in a row, I think, that they've started opposite and continued opposite, so we could see, you know, a lack of action in the early game, which means, you know, keep an eye on these trades, the resources, the wave states, and try and predict where the junglers are going to look. I mean, Sejuani can be an active jungler after her first clear. She has the tools in her level 3 to pull off a gank here and could look bot lane.
Okay, so what is that there? That, I know, wraps around the terrain. Does that make him invis right now?
Yeah, I don't know if he's invis or shrouded, or you know how there's different types of
Yeah,
invis.
yeah.
I don't know exactly which one.
Is it kind of like a Senna where it's like you can see somebody's there, but you're not necessarily sure who it is, or
I don't know for sure with
yeah,
Viego.
me
I
neither.
have to know what they call it, and then I
Mhm.
could be like, it's like this, and I don't. But we do see the delivery man with some early action, forcing the flash out of both bot lane members from Mingos.
That is a great success there. A level 3 gank, getting both flashes and getting away.
Yeah.
Great start to the bot lane for Kent State University.
And they only use Rel Flash, and she has Hex Flash.
Yeah.
So if Sejuani were to repeat come, you can Hex Flash the Rel, knock one up, and then Sejuani and MF, if they need to, can flash to secure the kill. So you time those flashes, you repeat in the next 5 minutes, and that is one way to get into this game and on the board for Kent State. As we see some aggression here from Mingos. Remember, their flashes are down, but they still have the heal ignite. Zach gank means Corky had to use his mobility spell, Echo using that to get a nice trade. And we see Malphite can definitely go toe-to-toe with the Viego at this stage in the game. No surprises here. I have heard Viego's lane sustain, as long as he's able to hit minions, is pretty good.
Okay.
But we see he's getting chipped out.
Yeah, he's looking okay now, though. We see both junglers are in their bot side quadrant. So
There's-
top lane kind of alone, but I think he's taking the base right now.
There's no Dorn Shield on the Viego. He's relying on just the sustain he gets from hitting minions. I think if you take Dorn Shield, you can maybe get through that lane a little bit easier. But again, I don't love that matchup for Viego, but I haven't seen enough of it to really say if it can turn.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how it plays out. Kenny wants a slow early game, as far as I'm aware. Doesn't want too much action in the rivers.
Yeah, he did base and pick up a call, so definitely right there. He does want the slow game here. He just wants to cash out on that call, make some plays once he gets packaged, and just kind of scale. I mean, we've seen him do it before, and like we said, it did work out really, really well for him. So I wonder what Zach will do here to try and look for, ganks to try and maybe keep him under control. Is he going to focus? Like, what does Zach do in this scenario? Like, he wants to look mid and bot, if I'm correct, right?
Well, looking mid is hard. The Corky Valkyrie is just enough to dodge the Zac E.
Yeah.
And if you're not primary engaged for Echo, then Echo needs to land a W. It's hard to gank mid.
Okay.
You can look bot, but I think what Zach wants to do, Zach's a really good counter ganker.
Yeah.
So you can counter gank lanes from like Tribrush, from like, 2 steps away from Gromp.
So really, he just wants to
Farm.
keep tabs on where Sejuani is and follow her.
Definitely, as we see Mingos will engage.
Oh,
There's
four-man.
that main engage from Zach. This is going to be good Kent State, I think. Even if they get Star Poner, they're super deep with no flashes on their bot laners, and the mid lane TP means that members are going to start falling. Who do they start with? It looks like Rascal Dog is getting low, but so is the delivery man on Sejuani, so a trade kill possible.
Oh my God, he gets away!
But no, it's Kenny and Condorx here, still healthy in the front. They're going to focus Zach Blobs, and that's a 2-for-0 trade.
No way.
That's a 3.
Yes. It's
3
a
for 0 trade
0.
for Kent State. And that was, oh no, this does not look good. And Moosinator
Oh my gosh.
is just able to take out Nathaniel Lanier. And that's Kent State on the board across the map. And the fundamental mistake from Mingos was you're ganking with Zach as main engage. His E misses, and your bot laners have no flash, and the TP comes in behind you.
Yeah.
And if your Zach's cooldowns aren't hitting and you're not chain CCing, you're just going to get that play turned on you with the TP. They went deep on Star Poner, but he lived. It was his heal and his flash, the sum's disadvantage.
Yeah,
Try it
it
all
really
comes down to
was.
the summoner spells. When you're making these plays, you have to consider every detail, and Kent State getting the better of that situation.
Yes, so great start here for Kent State University. No kills on Star Poner here, but like we said, not too bad there, and Corky picking up a kill, so
That's dangerous.
yes.
Kenny's
very,
feeling
very much so.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much, and it's looking pretty good for Kent State here. Even in the 1v1, you have a champion that gets Vamp Scepter first, but is never gonna heal on the Malphite, who already has that grievous wounds. I think the matchup just gets harder for the Viego. And now we can look to Drake, right? Drake's up, but Zach pathing towards top, and Sejuani already is top, so it could be a Herald look from either team, or
Yeah,
these.
so just to point out there, Zach landing on those Raptors there was a ward, so they do have tabs on where he's at.
And that's
Maybe
so
that,
huge.
yeah, it is huge. Maybe that'll cause them to look for an objective on the other side of the map, or maybe to just kind of pressure. Man, I don't really know. Like,
Sejuani, it's just they're both kind of like herbivore junglers, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Sejuani
they
wants
play
to,
reactively and
yeah.
with the team.
And notice the jungler that reacted to the last play was on the winning side. I think both of these junglers kind of want to look to counter gank. As we
Nathaniel
see
here in
2v1,
trouble.
he has flash, but he uses it, but he's still good as dead. Who do you give the kill to? It's Moosinator showing up in this series now with the 2-0 lead. That lane is going to feel really rough.
So
for the
why not
Viego.
look Herald right there? Maybe it looks like Sejuani actually did decide she's going to look Herald now. Okay.
It could be.
My mistake. So I think Malphite there just grabbing the wave, gonna shove it in and then meet her back there. They do have time because Nathaniel does not have TP and they know that. So
Yeah, it's more important. Well, we could see a skirmish here. Zach going to go over the wall. This E's got to land. It does land on Sejuani. He can chain her CC, and Echo could come in for execute damage.
whose smite
He
was
will
that?
smite the Herald for enough HP to live, but does that mean that Herald goes over to Mingos? I think it does. Adam Suki will pick up the soul. He's forced to flash away, but the Corki damage, DPS over time is a lot. Kondarex shows up first. Here comes some CC, a big ulti on 2. This can turn the entire skirmish as Nathaniel on Viego is running down Kenny, who's flashless. Kenny will go down. He steals the Corki soul. Here comes the Valk, a bit of damage.
Oh.
And is this the Viego plays we're talking about? Galio flash taunt on the 2 members trying to keep his Viego alive, and will trade another one back. That's a
but
3.
wait, Star Poner. I didn't even realize he was there. Star Poner picking up Viego there.
I think that's a 3 for 2 for
So hold
Mingos
up.
here.
Actually, we do see Malphite has the Herald. So Kent State University getting the Herald there.
Oh.
Actually.
I definitely thought it went to Mingos
Me
because
too.
they forced.
Me too. I was trying to. I couldn't tell because when he was dead, everything was grayed out. And I couldn't tell who had it and or not. But maybe you know, a nice trade here would be Mingos could pick up this Drake.
Yeah, Mingos with you know, arriving here first, but it does look contestable by Kent State. If they have ultis, gotta look at ultis here. No ulti on Rel MF, but you do have ulti on Sejuani. That's their tool to get this, and I think Mingos might just take recalls here and be happy with their kill trade that they got. Having to sacrifice both Herald, but unfortunate that it went over, and also Drake. Here comes Package behind the Echo. Echo look for a stun, but Valk will get him out of that situation. Nothing to come from there. And here's where your timing cooldowns. Who used what in that last fight? Because you know Galio Flash, he could be diveable. Maybe not. Maybe ambitious thinking. Kaisa pulled up there. Would have been a bad idea. I'm just thinking of possible plays. And we saw Viego with, you know, shining through in his skirmish potential. He was able to get on Kenny, who was flashless, take him down, and turn that into a series of positive play for Mingos.
Yes.
Oh, the Hex Flash,
man.
Rel, Kondarex finds it again. Game after game, this guy finding 2v2 plays, 2v1 there.
You know what I got to point out that I love? Almost every single member on Mingos changed their summoner names to their full names. I'm going to assume that's their full names, but I love to see it. I think that's great.
It is kind of funny.
Under, like, I love to just see, like, this is this group of guys. You're going to know who they are because it's just straight up their names.
If I had to guess, actually, they're like random names.
I don't know. I think it's their names.
Chandler Clark, Nathaniel Lanier, they just sound too, like, good.
All right, guys. Diddy out here says, too good to be true with your guys' names.
Yeah, I mean, what kind the names are just OP. We'll have to ask the guys, are those your real names?
Let us know in the chat. Holy Boxers will relay it to us. She looked up. What?
Do we see a 2v2 up here? It could be as simple as RR. Do they... apprehensive. Both do have ultimates here. Sejuani and Zach are in relatively similar positions here. Zach possibly recalling, whereas Sedge might want to take her blue camps or could look for a 2v1. TP coming in, and Sejuani is walking up that way. This could be a dive. You see Harold go down.
Yeah.
You got to dive this. Let's see how they do it.
Surprise.
Starts with Malphite R. Sejuani with the CC to follow up. This guy is not going anywhere anytime soon, but Moosinator going down, and Nathaniel Lanier would take that trade.
Yeah, I was going to say worth there. I mean, because now Harold is just running rampant with Sejuani up there in the top lane. No one even looking to respond yet. So is it going to get another hit on the next turret? Wait, no.
It just AFK. I'm not sure how Harold went down. It should still be there hitting that, right?
It went down that quickly. Did he get hit? Did he get a hit off on the eye before he went down?
Maybe.
Because that chunk could make it so that it went down a tower.
Yeah, I did expect first tower to go down there, which would have made it a really nice play for Kent State. But if you're Viego, you're happy to at least get a trade there.
No, definitely. Now it looks like a much better trade for Viego than before. Now the
Handful of
tower
plates,
is still
though.
alive.
Plates do go down. Heading with blue buff, feeling good in this lane, can kind of spam skills on the wave and not have to risk going up too far. And again, if Zach tries to E, he can Valk it. And if Echo engages, it's obvious to just disengage for Kenny. So hard to look mid. And now that Viego has Bork, we'll have to see if the trading patterns look any different. You can see the damage getting through on the Malphite, but he still wins those short trades for now.
So Zach's here.
3v2. Zach will land a knockup on the Rel. He's going to bop them both in. Rel ulti comes out. Flash by Misfortune, but she'll go down. It's double TP from Kent State. Massive package. That's going to win the situation. It's over. 2 for 1. Kent State. Kenny with a beautiful package. That's all that needs to be said.
Wow. Beautiful package there from Kenny. Pretty much hung like a horse right there. Oh, man. I did not expect that. He came... Before he even showed up from that TP, he was flying with the package. Just perfectly timed. What a great TP there.
You're talking about the hang time, him in the air, right?
Exactly.
He was hung up there for so long. As Zach is doing the same impression here, getting a multi-man knockup. He might die if anyone does here.
He does have passive, though. So are they? I don't know if they can get him from
Risky
here.
business. Kenny can QR this. Oh, but he's
Kenny,
gonna
chill, buddy.
Triumph in the win.
Oh, man.
And Zach will go down. That quirky damage. Look at the Essence Reaver Rush try. This is a new thing that we see. I think Gangplank and Ezreal do this sometimes as well, but big damage coming out from Quirky already.
Man.
But it's Mingos looking to take this Drake. It's common to see Drake go over at the cost of, you know, one major play in the early stages of the game because it's hard to use a lot of cooldowns, make a play, and get there for Drake, so often just gets traded over. So Mingos doing a good job taking the opportunistic Drake play to get themselves an early Ocean and tie that up. But the gold lead, I gotta say, is higher this game than probably our last two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And Kent State could be running away from the series right before our eyes.
So let's take a look here. We don't have, it's going to be an Infernal Soul. So again, is that the third Infernal in a row?
Last game was?
What about game 1?
Can't remember.
Chat, let us know. I think it was, I think this is 3 Infernal Souls in a row, which is actually pretty crazy.
Why does Drake not feel random? It feels like not that random. Like, why is it 3 Infernals in a row? Why is it always Cloud when it's my team?
I was going to say, it only feels random when it bites you in the end.
Right. The R and the Sejuani. The way Viego's mobility works, he has no way other than Flash to deal with the Malphite R. Again, he's like the melee version of Seraphine last game. It's just too easy to take him out with those 2 champions in the early mid stages of the game.
Yeah, I think he needs to be a little more careful with his wave manipulation. I think he wants to be doing his best to farm safely on his side of the lane.
Yeah.
And to try and kind of like play out for that late game for those team fights. Because right now getting picked like that is really detrimental for him. Obviously, they can't contest this Herald at all.
What I would say...
He's losing the CS right now.
So this is a pretty decent split look. He knows he can run down to his team, whether or not they chase him down and opt into a play.
Oh,
But
that X
now
flash.
he's baiting them into the pink ward that has a Zac there, so this could be a possible look for Mingos. But I like Kent State here because look at this Wombo combo. The Rel ulti, the Misfortune ulti, too much AoE damage in that cut, forces the retreat from the Echo and the Zac, leaving Rascal Dog on Galio out to dry. You think you can make a positive play because they're running into a pink ward, but all it takes is 2 R buttons, Rel and Misfortune, to just destroy the situation.
Sorry, I got a yawn there. But man, I love it. Playing out like that looks beautiful to just see the wombo work like that. Oh, but here comes Zac. Oh, but
Yes.
he misses. It's not enough. When he... Oh,
Oh, Chandler Clark gonna have to
Action
flash away
happening all
from
over the
Lucinator,
map.
but he's just gonna run her down with his Qs, and in
Oh.
the mid lane, we see a scuffle here. That's also gonna go Kent State's way with a double kill onto Kenny. This is looking terrible for Mingos here. Last ditch effort knock up with the last of your HP bar for Zac. Gets you almost nothing. It's Kent State's game. It's a matter of them closing it out from here as they take mid lane tier 1, and they're gonna look to shop and spend a lot of gold. Baron coming up. No need to play Baron for either team in this situation. If you ask me, it's all about Drakes again. You could consider splitting the map 1-3-1 if you're Mingos to try and get yourselves back in the game, but you cannot 5v5 this team comp. It's too dangerous.
yeah, it seems like... so what we've seen from Kent State University, and I really like about their play style, is they play very team fight-oriented comps. And I really like that about them.
Yeah.
You could say here Mingos is pretty good for team fighting as well, but like Echo, I really like seeing Echo on the split more than I do the team fight.
Definitely.
And then Viego, I don't really know where he stands, so I can't really, you know.
He should be in a long lane
speculate on
splitting as well. It's tough to say with Viego. He doesn't have the mobility of like a Camille or like a Fiora to hop multiple walls.
Like to get away when he's splitting and caught.
And his lane opponent is just one button away from like basically killing him. So you're running out of options with Viego. But I do think him and Echo could be opposite side lanes to maybe try and draw the game out. They do have some time to work with because Kent State is 3 Drakes away from that Infernal Soul. So what you would look to do is every time Kent goes for a Drake, you look to trade away opposite side of the map. So in this example, you could send your Zac up to top lane with maybe Viego and look to take that turret while Kent State's taking Drake, something like that. Get something back for your team. You don't have to fight this comp.
Yeah,
They're
because
just
you
too
can't
scary.
necessarily, like, I don't think they're going to win a team fight
I don't think so.
anymore. They need to look at their other options. So I agree, like you said, just let them take this Drake. They're still only 3, they're still 3 away. So take something else on the opposite side of the map instead of going for that steal. You know, I think like the way he's playing, like, is he going to look for a steal here? Or he's kind of just standing in the wolf pit. I don't understand.
No,
why.
they will get top turret, I think, if Spectator will show us how that's going. And that is the trade I was talking about. Here we go, Moosinator with almost a complete one-shot on Chandler. All it takes is one Misfortune love
fadeaway.
tap, and she dies. That is just, that's why they pick Malphite early. It's just the reliability of that one spell can just be so crucial in the mid-game. Kent State up with the pressure. Bar up, getting good damage on this tier 2, forcing a Zac. Elastic Slingshot will go wide. Answered by a TP in the mid lane. That's okay, it's probably Kenny. Oh, it's Moose, okay. You want that Moose TP. If Kenny was around the corner, I should have seen him. As we see, here's some DPS. Here's the Wombo combo coming out. It's the Rel, the Misfortune. Too much damage over the top. Sejuani, oh, why not one more for the boys, he says. But Echo
my
able
God,
to walk
just
away.
Their comp playing out flawlessly right there. Unreal.
Oh, the Gale Force Corky snipe. You never see Corky make those kind of plays,
yeah.
other than with his Valkyries sometimes. But seeing the Gale Force come out,
So
pretty funny.
on their way to Baron here. Definitely a good look. I think they are going to secure this for pretty much for free. They can't really steal. Echo could kind of look for something, but they don't have Smite. Zac's not up for 8 seconds. He's not going to make it there in time. I think it's going to go over to them for free.
Yeah, it's pretty free. Looks pretty free here, barring something insane. And Kent State, timer's looking pretty good. You get this Baron, and for the next 3 minutes, you can, you know, pressure lanes, set you up a nice Drake number 3. Then the question will be, After Drake 3, you play Baron for another 2 minutes, or do you look for Soul or something in between, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how Kent State positions and lane assignments for the close of this game.
Wow, Corky just 7-1 and 8. Like we said, Kenny just performing so well on this Corky again. I mean, we've only seen it once before, but second time is the charm.
Yeah, and what I love about Corky in this game is the enemy jungle can't really deal with your Valkyrie. The enemy mid jungle 2v2 can't stop Corky from getting in this game. When
Like,
you're up
they
against,
have to. It has to be like if he uses it, then you got your chance. Oh, Nathaniel's gonna go down here.
yeah, Kent State finding a pick in the side lane. There's no cross map play to be seen from Mingos, so in hindsight, Viego just can't be that far up on the map without his team able to trade away. And now we're going to look to Kent State's aggressiveness and their decision making here and what they want to take and what they want to use to get these turrets here. As we see Zach goes in, that's probably good for Kent State. But wait, that's a really nice CC chain from the Zach. Kai's here to show up, but there's the Rel Misfortune ultimate. It's just canceling every single play in this game that Mingos make. Echo gonna go in and just get bounced around. You still have Sedge ulti. I mean, this one's gonna be wrapped up quickly. There's no play I can see coming out from Mingos that isn't just split pushing without being destroyed by that combo here. Nathaniel Lemire looking to pick up Condrax. He could turn into a Rel and do some fun things, but will just give his life as Kent State advance to the Nexus.
Kent State University looking really, really good here. Dare I say that even from week 1 of LSS Season 2, they have become better as a team. May that be a result of what we were talking about during the break, that Kent State University is in their esports center on campus playing these games and practicing there, and that's where they've really made this leap of gameplay. Like, it just felt so clean these last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where or how they practice exactly, but just being this organized university unit, it is really nice to see their improvement over time, and this clean closeout here, it just speaks to that even more. As they do take the Nexus, they are your winners of our first bout today. They will improve to a 4-2 record, which will tie them for third with MEC Hysteria, barring any off-stream results that I don't know about. But Kent State, as the second to last week of the league, kind of solidifying themselves as a top 4 team, unless some maybe crazy shakeups happen in our games coming later today.
Definitely. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break while we set up an interview with our wonderful Holy Boxers. And so just stick around.
You don't want to miss that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that. I'm hoping we get some. I got my hope of who we can get in here for an interview, so we will see. But a good game to both of those teams, and a good job, Kent State, taking that win. And yeah, we'll see you guys shortly.
Unfortunately, McMasters is right on the other side of the wall here, ready to follow up. Volibear coming up behind the Camille. He does have ultimate available. He probably won't even need to use it. The tower is not going to deal damage to him at this point. And they were looking, but if you're looking, it's got to be somewhere where the enemy team is not. When you're this far behind, you want to find a target at a position, unless you're confident you have the burst. Unfortunately, with how behind your work is, I don't think they have bursts. And even looking at their champions, they're not bursty champions to begin with.
Not much.
But I mean, at least they're trying to make plays.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows that they still have the desire to win and desire to be aggressive and not shell up and slowly bleed out. But I don't know if that was the right angle to take.
I think they were hoping after Drake.
Shockwave comes in. They're looking for chunks in the back. I mean, remember, Volibear still has access to ultimate, so a good Shockwave means that Volibear can initiate a dive, disabling the towers, potentially an end angle. Unfortunately, it didn't really look like Shockwave did a whole lot of damage there. I mean, you are against Seraphine, AoE Shield, Moonstone, etc. When they're all grouped up like that, it's nothing too crazy is going to come out.
Sage Light on the rail here, trying to walk out the McMaster University members as they look for recalls.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Galealty channels onto the rel. They're looking for the engage. We do see Aphelios get deleted.
Down.
Unfortunately, Hecarim is terrorizing the back line, taking out Viego. He's actually, in my opinion, one of the primary DPSs that York needs to potentially salvage this fight. Camille does pick up another kill into Thresh. I mean, honestly, trading these kills is what York wants, but the fight Camille is still going on. Seraphine ult, it was sandbagged this whole time, comes out late. I don't think they have the damage to kill Volibear here. Hecarim has another ult cast here. I believe I saw it casted not too long ago. And Volibear tries to get on top of the Camille with his ultimate. At this point, Camille's just running for her life. Fortunately for her, Hecarim is out of mana and can't get another E-charge there. I may be confused, but I thought I saw Hecarim ult twice in the whole trade there. Camille trying to buy some time. Her teammates are respawning. Viego is here. He does a ton of damage, but Orianna is still sitting back there. He gets deleted right away. It doesn't matter that Hecarim's Camille's looking for the stat kill onto Orianna while Orianna's team ends the game.
That's pretty rude.
We do have a freeze here.
It might be because they left the lobby or something. But it looks like it's going to be McMaster University taking away game 1. But Jin, it really looked to me like York was showing us how their comp works. They were putting together some of the combos, and they got a pretty free pick on the Aphelios. But at the end of the day, I think it was the Volibear's unkillable, and the Hecarim went unanswered. You saw he was able to duel the enemy.
Alrighty, and we are live with the first game of the day, York versus McMasters. And right off the bat, I just want to talk a little bit more about McMasters' comp, because I personally give a lot of praise to York's comp, during draft as we're leading into the load screen here. But we deliberated off camera a little bit more and kind of came to the conclusion that McMasters, their comp is going to be significantly stronger early. And one point that I brought up is, if York goes into mid-game on even playing field, I think they do have the better comp. But it's going to be hard to do that.
Yeah, because of the agency that you have in the top side with the Camille Viego and the Galio supporting, I think the skirmishes in River against the Hecarim that's pre-6 could go in the favor of the Viego. We talked about his clear speed, but my next question is, can he impact the map with his level 3, or will he try to just farm alongside the Hecarim? Because to get an advantage in the top side of the map, he would have to look to be active early. And so just really interested in PM's clear here and where he decides to take his first play.
Yeah, I think he definitely does look to gank early. Maybe topside, we'll see. He is starting a bot. Hecarim generally wants to full clear in most cases, and that's an advantage that Viego can take is, okay, you're going to full clear, I can gank uncontested, potentially. Obviously, if Hecarim's nearby and the gank doesn't go quite right, he can counter, so there's that risk. Yeah. But again, even in a hard commit gank with Viego, he's going to heal a lot. And he still has access to his passive, even without his ultimate, so where he can consume that champion, get a little bit of a heal, become untargetable. He can do that pre-6, so it's not super risky to force a gank. And then obviously topside, it's Camille. It's super easy to gank for that.
Yeah, definitely. But I should shout out to...
All right, everybody, welcome back. Congratulations to Kent State University. That was a great game by both teams, honestly. Mingos, great game 2, or great game 1, and then Kent came back. Anyway, great game. I was unable to interview anybody just because Kent has another match, so good luck to them. And I will hopefully get a chance to interview one of them either next week or in the playoffs, so we'll see. I definitely wanted to ask Starponer a few questions, but I'll save them until I can talk to him. So now we're going to actually jump right into our game 2. So we're going to switch to Glacial versus Maad City. Glacial is 2-3 right now. Maad City is 6-0. They are undefeated. Maybe Glacial is going to be the team that takes them down. And I know that they want to be that team. They want to be in the top 4. They want to take Maad City down a notch. So let's see if they can do it. I'm going to send it back over to our guys on the desk, Diddy and Trifolge. Let's jump right into this game 2.
Welcome back, guys. I am ready to get into the next match of the day. Wow, Maad City 6-0. Are they going to keep that 6-0 record?
I think if there was a team to beat them since they've beaten all the other teams, it would be Glacial Esports. Remember, I've talked about this team a few times. They are in one of the Riot-sanctioned amateur tiered tourneys. Okay, so they are a legitimate, established amateur team. But we all know Maad City 6-0. They've looked great every week. But when I talk about Glacial Esports, their record is 2-3. But 2 of their wins have been some form of disqualification that they have not been able to play, right? So this Glacial team is the team that I have my eye on to actually emerge from the lower ranked teams because they're 2-3 and make a run for playoffs. And they would have to probably start with a win here. And I think they can do it.
Yeah, I think I can agree with you there. So we're going to go ahead. I know we've had some technical difficulties, so today is running long. What we're going to do is kind of hop right into this game. This game was played on time earlier, so we're not going to have any pick bans for these, but we do have the replay. And for us, this is totally live. We have no idea the results of these games, and let's get into it.
Yeah, so looking at champions picked, there's a few we should go over. The Riven in the top lane. Try if you didn't know, it was Whippo for Fnatic that just played Riven.
So I didn't see it, but I saw it on Twitter.
Hey.
You know,
So
Twitter
you do know.
went insane over Whippo in the Riven.
Okay.
I saw lots of memes. I saw lots of notable names in esports talking about it.
Yeah.
So is that the motivation of this pick?
It could be. The motivation is probably the buff they gave Riven. I believe they took a second off of her E shield, just giving her more trade options, more playmaking options, and better skirmishing. And with that buff, it looked like a good, Riven game for Fnatic. They picked it and found success, and now it's Brown Man Darius piloting the fighter here. High risk, high reward champion. Requires a lot of mechanical skill, but I know Brown Man Darius is a high level player. He could pull it off.
Something I want to pound here is the Azir, one of my all-time favorite champions on the Mark Boots. This man, another player who just has a very wide variety of champions that he can play. So let's see if he can perform on this Azir. I love to see it. One of my favorite champions. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, from Mark Boots, we've seen everything from...
Look at this. Look what we got going on here.
Yeah.
This is that saucy start.
The blue team just face checks Maad City, walking right into red with their hands caught in the cookie jar. We'll have to see if this can translate into an advantage from either team. Look at Jarvan. Jarvan is walking with Galio to the Udyr's blue. I'm not sure if this is the play, but we'll have to see. Yeah, the Udyr was so low, they can force him off.
No.
Flash Ignite, auto, Coma with first blood on the Galio. Going to completely stop Udyr from starting his full clear and put Jarvan in the driver's seat for now in terms of jungle. Huge play by Coach Coma.
Udyr is in big trouble this game. He's going to be so far behind. Still coming out, no leash, going to his red at level 1, no CS. Oh, no. Oh,
Really
no, man.
tough. But, I mean, the first blood does go over to support. I guess that's a reconciliation you would have if you're Maad City. But, yeah, Jarvan out to a great start. And if I could make a prediction in this top lane, I think Riven is going to crush this lane.
I think so,
and
too.
be an issue if I'm looking at
I see we do have the Senna here, so another pro pick inspired choice, I think, here.
Yeah.
Another champion I do like. Have a lot of games on that champ. Fun to play.
She just has this quarterbacking team fight threat. Like, the fact that she can heal multiple members on her team as long as they're funneled in front of them, and she could deal massive DPS and infinitely scales. It's no question why this pick does pop into pro play whenever a build... Oh, we do have a skirmish over the bot crab. That's Pape. He has to blow his flash. He's getting run down by Inaman. That's Udyr, but he will trade his life. It's a trade 1-for-1. Azir a bit caught out. Can Coach Coma, no flash, but can he get a taunt on a Mark
the
Boots?
Shurima shuffle.
Boots will shuffle away out of that situation. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade kill going on to Udyr. and Senna. If we see, here's this scuffle. So Jarvan misses everything using his own mobility.
I was so surprised that Mark Boots is pushing up into this play as that TP comes in.
Yeah, just no fear. He has flash. That's a wisely used flash to get himself back into the lane in a route that isn't right into Galio. So maybe opting to use his flash to bring enough damage to the table for his team to trade. We hear some of the, or we see some of the Senna interaction with Seraphine. Both champs can heal a bit.
Ooh, okay, so we do got a nice little controller here. I
Oh,
can even
nice.
do this. Boop. Let's take a look at those items.
Oh, very
Not
nice.
so relevant just yet, but I do have that feature in my own hands. Man, I feel like I got all
It's a
the
3v2
power.
dive. It's going to start with a two-man taunt. The Jarvan EQ on a Senna, but she will able to heal, and this could be scuffed. It's a 1-for-1 so far. But if they go get Pop Hang on this Jarvan, it'd be 2-for-1 on the own dive. And Mark Butts with a beautiful slide.
Wow. Surprised by the range myself.
And Gank Top, Echo dies here every time.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, really nice try by Devil Unicorn here to trade the 1-for-1. He knew he was dead. He flashed on Brown Man Darius, but Darius also flashing as well, just meaning Echo will have to die. And I gotta say that lane is gonna get brutal for Echo.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to take a look at the play that happened down bot again.
Yeah, so this in theory should work.
Oh, wait. Sorry, we got to cut this off because we see something happening live.
Oh, Mark Boots with a nice Shurima shuffle. Look, he has practice on that champion.
Yes, he definitely does. So far, we are seeing really, really clean plays from this Azir.
Yeah, he's not wasting any time with his combos. He's, forcing flashes with R. That's perfectly good to do with Azir. And he's displaying, understanding of some of the mobility, how to get himself out of sticky situations.
Yeah, I love to see it. Okay, so now let's see if we're safe here to take a little look-see at this play.
Yeah, so it's Galio two-man taunt, which is nice, into Jarvan, but they get rooted up. I think Seraphine may have hit a two-man root on
And then
top
here
of
comes
the heal.
that half-screen slide. Look at the range on this.
And he said, whoop.
Oh, yeah, man. That is some clean Azir. Oh, but Mark Boots needs to be careful here.
That's a top gank on mid lane. It looks like it comes through. Logan22 Bro picking up the kill on Azir, silencing the haters and taking over control of mid lane for now. Galio with a nice taunt right in front of Senna. Can she finish off, hit him up, Rob? Is she going to give her life? Jarvan's here, but so is Udyr. Mark Boots is running someone down in Tribrush.
Oh, man, that Riven damage.
Yeah, Riven, already a unit to be respected in this game, will pick up 2. And that could be Brown Man Darius taking this game over right there.
Yeah, 3-0. Up 20 farm, not even in his lane right now, Like, he is just he's ahead of this Echo. 3 kills up. Man, he is a force to be reckoned with. What was he able to pick up there? Was that?
That's an Iron Spike whip.
Okay.
He already had the Warhammer, and he got himself a Kindle Gem as well.
Oh, forgot I got this. Boom.
Bang. There we go. That Riven is going to be pretty insane, but there's been some trading going on in this game, right? Glacial's not just out of it. They have 3 kills on their fasting Senna, which feels okay. And a nice kill on their Victor here. Mark Boots with another shuffle. This time no flash, and he lands in the arms of Inaman. And that is just an easy pickup kill there.
Mark Boots, a man after my heart. I cannot believe this Azir right now. I mean, Azir is a late game champion as well. So setting up awesome plays for his team this early into the game, looking really good on this champ.
Yeah, Azir is actually such a well-rounded character because he has proper wave clear, really nice late game scaling. He has self-peel with his ulti. He has mobility. And when you add that all together, he actually has playmaking potential. If you have your teammates on the same page as you, you can act like a Lee Sin in some situations on this mid lane mage. It's all about the timing and the backup from your team. And Mark Boots showing us how that works in success. And Echo just needs to hang on in this lane. I don't think he ever will trade positively with the Riven. She gets the stun, auto Q.
Oh no, he has no ulti. Oh, he does. He does. I was wrong.
Yeah, his stun won't land. His stun will probably never land in this lane. And that's why I just think it's pretty impossible for Echo to ever fight the Riven. Especially given the circumstances of the game
Is
we
she
see
looking
here.
right here?
She faked, so she auto
Yeah.
turret, trying to fake some spells out of Echo. If he uses the wrong combination of cooldowns, she could maybe look dive. Here comes Udyr to cut that back wave. And that could be a dive look. Actually, Udyr decided to run away.
Yeah, he might be here for a counter gank mid. Jarvan, they spot him on that ward. Will he still look for something here? Yeah, looks like he's looking for Raptors. I think he might get caught here.
He could, because we see Udyr running through the middle of the map, and we know Mark Boots can go shuffle him. But Jarvan knows to run down. He's going to plant over in the Drake pit. I don't think there's a play here. It's going to be the Udyr rundown. Oh, Popang actually turns on Udyr. Is he going to ult him?
Oh, but the...
No ulti from Jarvan. I think could have maybe been a play, but calling it off. Possibly don't want to take a 4v4. Could
I
be
think
something they know that we don't.
If they ult him, that doesn't necessarily guarantee anything. Shurima shuffle right there, ready to go. They had Seraphine moving up as well, if I wasn't mistaken. So it would have been a 3v3 after burning ultimate. I don't know if that would have been enough to just burst Udyr, and they could have gotten set up by Azir.
Yeah, it could have been clapback for sure. Was not like a 100% play or anything, but what could be is an Udyr 3v2. We see Azir was on the move.
3v3, Jarvan
Oh yeah,
in the brush.
Jarvan is right there, so still in a 3v3 in the bot lane. This game's getting pretty tense, isn't it? Drake's coming up in about 1 minute 40. I can hear myself a little bit.
Me too.
Okay, good.
I don't know if you guys know that pain, but when you're talking and you've got the monitoring back on your mic, so you hear your own voice like a split second after you're actually talking, it can get confusing, and I definitely stumble over my own words.
It's so hard to talk sometimes.
Yeah.
It's all right. Let's get back to this action. Drake's up in just over a minute. The goal lead is no more than 1,000. Riven, nice flash play.
Oh my god.
And Victor didn't even have time to flash. He just dies. Really nice. Well played by Riven here.
That was a keyboard smasher for Victor right there. I'd be so mad.
As we see, Coach Coma goes in on the Galio, but it's TP's coming from both teams. Looking at a 3v3 popping out here. Mark Boots would look for a shuffle, but he's in the middle of 3 members. That's going to be the focus. They're looking to chunk down Azir, but they lose Galio in the process. 3v2 now. Where's the help?
Oh, that hits.
Jarvan's here. He comes in. EQ flash, auto or Cataclysm. And the auto will take down Jin.
Glacial.
Yeah, this is actually a good play for Glacial. Both teams invest TP, but we see Udyr is on the top side of the map. He could not arrive to this. Jarvan could. He does a nice E flash in R to clean up the Jin, turn that fight for his team. So great job by Glacial, Popang, and not to mention the bot lane from Glacial for stalling that play out and letting it be answered.
Yeah, Dragon up in 5 seconds, and Riven. Oh, okay. I thought that was Riven for a second. Udyr just does not
Udyr with the E auto combo.
It's not enough.
And he's gonna get turned back on. Flash Q,
Those
not
minions.
enough
Oh, and
damage.
Turtle stance, saving his life as the last few minion autos are catching up to him there. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an Udyr actually die ever once.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen.
Nope.
Except for the other 2 times in this game, but we didn't see it, so it doesn't count.
I didn't see it.
It's like, does a bear shit in the woods? Not if you don't see it.
Wait. It's the tree falling.
Same one. It's either or.
No. No, it's not. 2 different expressions. No. Popang will slay. Hit him up, Rob, as we do some research on our expressions.
Yeah, yeah.
And that looks like could be possibly Drake over to Glacial Esports. Seraphine, you know, a really dangerous unit to be walking in the wrong place. So good catch by Glacial. And then we got ourselves a game. And Maad could be being challenged in their undefeated run here by Glacial. And if Glacial wins this, they'll improve to 3-3. We could see some tiebreakers in the future. We would have, a bottom 4 team that we know can beat probably any team in the league if they beat Mad. It would really shake things up and make the league interesting for next week.
Definitely, and like we said, I think if there's any team who's going to take Maad City down from their pedestal, it's going to be Glacial Esports.
And that just makes it all the more hype.
Oh, yeah. All right, so new expression, write it down, quote it, by the one and only Trifulge. Does an Udyr really die on the Rift if you didn't see it happen? If Director Tool didn't catch it, did it really happen?
Okay. Coin that, book it. But my point was the bear in the woods one is different from the tree one. It's just different.
Does a tree make noise?
Yeah, no one says that about the bear. When people say, does the bear shit in the woods, it's like, could I say yes anymore in this situation? But the tree one is like a question of like, trees.
Perception of trees. It's a question of trees.
No, it is a question of perception. No, you're absolutely right.
Does it really make noise if there's no one there to hear it?
Yeah. Oh, Riven? He's going under turret. Pretty nice flash by Echo. But look at this lifesteal. Driving right around the corner. Cataclysm.
Slam dunk. He says, I'm not taking any risks there. I'm just slam dunking him.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you do. Dunk that Riven for the shutdown. And it's Glacial Esports with the gold lead now. That Riven was looking so scary. Kind of tried to style on that Echo. Echo with a nice flash means 2v1 goes over to Glacial Esports. Both junglers topside. What does this mean for bot? We see Victor taking mid-turret. Here comes a possible shuffle. Ooh. Everything lands so far. It's a duel here. A face-off. Victor returning the damage. Azir hitting with soldiers. And will win the 1v1 in the mid lane. Mark Boots. What do you know?
This is Azir on point.
Wow, that was an epic duel. A trade of cooldowns. Mark Boots landing everything, but the Victor return damage looked like one of those situations where Victor would actually win.
But once he had Q back up and he could guide those soldiers back onto Victor there, then it was over.
And we are getting a show here of a lot of great players who know what their champions do. And when it comes to team fight time, there are going to be some
I'm excited for some team fights
crazy
here.
Plays.
So we do have Dragon up in about 2 minutes, so maybe that's our countdown for the next team fight here. This Riven, man, look at that. I don't even care.
Driving right around the corner, though. Riven just used a lot of her cooldowns. There's no Cataclysm for a few seconds. He's taking the 1v2. The Echo. Oh, missed. The Riven flash R. She's going to have cooldowns. The Drinker heal. And that's a clean 1v2. Brown Man Darius on the Riven.
Riven, you monster.
That was clean.
That was so
Holding
clean.
Gore Drinker to the very last frame when she's about to die. Oh, man. The flash R. Everything about that play was so nice.
Gore Drinker feels so bad when it's used on you. You thought, I bet they were feeling like, man, we got her. Oh, what?
Yeah, and that's the gambit that you have to go into with those champions. Like, Riven with a Gore Drinker, that's a 1v2 champion. You have to play right.
It has a whole other level of, like, calculation that has to be made when you take a fight.
Which is really interesting. And Gore Drinker actually took a hit, took a pretty decent nerf.
In 11.3?
Yeah, and made a lot of champs, like, think whether or not they want the item. But if it's still being rushed on Riven, a champ that can build many items, you know it's still a pretty decent item here.
This Riven 6-1. Brown Man Darius just looking real scary right now.
Mark Boots, a bit of aggression. And now it leads me to my line of questioning for, the jungle for Glacial. Do you want to play into that Riven? Are you trying to protect your Echo so he can actually farm? And should you be focusing more on maybe the bot half of the map? Play away from that Riven. Say, hey, I don't want to gank my losing lane. I want to gank my winning lanes. He'll have to look back and maybe ask himself that. But the game is not far gone at all. As we line up for Drake, let's look at top TPs. Both have TP.
Oh yeah, so this is what I thought. We had the Dragon countdown, and now here we're looking for our first big team fight of the game, I think. It is Infernal Drake. It's another Infernal Soul, bro.
It's not random.
Oh my god.
Yep, when it rains, it pours. Infernals. And it's going to be pulled over to the side of Maad City. Mark Boots with a beautiful catch. This is a nice 1v1. The Galio ulti could save. It saves. And now Mark Boots could go down to the Victor ulti. The Drake goes over to Maad City, and the fight will ensue. Nice Cataclysm will trap Riven, but it's actually Glacial. Oh, a nice Echo two-man stun. Who's going to win this fight? Watch the Senegalio here.
Riven
the stumble land on.
She's still here. Oh, over the wall.
Riven doing way too much work here. It's actually a Glacial Esports win because no one can really deal with the Riven. It's just
Maad City, you mean?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Maad City winning that fight off the back of Brown Man Darius and that Riven. They can't deal with this champion. All they could do is look to fight away from where she goes. And it looked like when she was focusing another target. Oh. Victor came back, but he's too late. The initial catch was nice by Mark Boots, but the Galio ulti was so clutch there. It looked like it could have turned everything.
Wow. So 7-1 on this Riven, 208 farm, up like over 70 farm from this Echo. It's looking real rough. That's a hard to deal with champion as well.
For sure. What she has over all these other fighters that you need to just CC and lock her down is she's so dang mobile. Like, Jarvan Cataclysm doesn't deal with her. Victor W never going to land on her. Echo W never going to land. It's really up to Brown Man Darius.
Look at her here taking a 1v3.
1v3. Zoning away the Senna, but so many champions hitting her.
Oh, and here's
going to be a 1v4. And he will finally go down. And I don't think there's anything that Maad City can actually take on the map in return for Glacial spending 4 members.
Yeah, so a little more, a little too confident there, but a good pick for Glacial Esports. Get the shutdown.
Boots is playing this Azir like LeBlanc, actually, and could go down for it,
Ooh.
and does. He's just engaging everything. Yeah. It has looked good until this point.
I think they're getting a little bit too fired up. They know they're ahead. They're making these risky plays. I mean, you can't blame them. They're, what did we say, 6-0? So yeah, these guys are feeling confident. They feel like they have this game in the bag with their lead, but, you know, they need to be careful.
Definitely. Both solo laners going down in outnumbered plays. That's just what you need for Glacial to get back in this game. The goal lead is just 1K, but I do have to say Maad City with better control of neutrals so far, getting another Herald for them. Or I'm sorry, that was dropping Herald. It just said Udyr. He must have just dropped Herald because it's 22. Oh, there it is in the mid. Okay, yeah, it doesn't like show us, or we can't hear if it makes a sound.
Yeah.
But okay, Drake down for 2 minutes. Teams are on Baron's side, but I do again think it's just going to be about this Drake number 4.
I think so too. I mean, Infernal Drake, it just becomes a main focus of any game. And ironically, just 4 games in a row today.
Infernal.
That's crazy. That still blows my mind. It's funny because it feels busted. But when it's 4 clouds in a row, you're like, oh, man, this shit sucks.
Yeah. That's why it doesn't feel random. They need to maybe make them more balanced. Maybe buff cloud. Is that just the one that feels bad?
I don't know.
It's only certain comps that it feels bad on, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I'll take any of the other 3 any day. And you know Maad City's eyeing up. Here comes the Riven engage 1v1. She's looking for the one-shot. He does have flash, but you have no time. Riven doesn't waste a single half a second with those combos, weaving autos in. Just so much damage. Victor probably should have flashed, but maybe was waiting until he saw lethal and just never saw it. Seraphine with a flank. He's going to try him up to Senna. Is that the engage you want?
Yeah,
he gets
Udyr's
stunned up
Senna here.
by Echo. Udyr goes in and actually drops. It's a 1-for-1 with Echo.
Okay, watch out for the Riven.
On Seraphine. Riven on the flank. This could be big. It's a 3v3 here. She goes on driving first. Galio ulti comes in to help, but he's jumping away. He can't avoid everything, though. He gets stuck in the Echo W, but he's still in there. No, he will drop to Jarvan. Echo doing a ton of work. Zania comes in, but it's Jiggity who is firing the whole time and keeps Maad City up in this fight.
So is that 3 kills picked up for Jiggity right there? So he is now 6-1. Man, that fight went back and forth. I wasn't sure who was going to win it out in the end.
It absolutely did. Udyr went down rather quickly. Ribbon got caught with one too many CC spells and actually dropped.
Yeah.
But it was Jiggity with that uptime just deciding the fight there. But it's close. And I think you take those kills if you're Glacial as well.
Let's see if we got any of that in the replay. No, we didn't. I was so focused on the fight that I forgot that I do have the replay controller right in front of me. Darn it, I'm kicking myself for missing that one.
Oh,
but
the flash
right
came
back in it
from Udyr, but it doesn't matter. The Drake goes over to Glacial Esports. Mark Boots looking for a shuffle. A stun will tag Galio. I think he's dead.
Oh,
Brown Man, flash on Senna. Looking for the one shot. Doesn't get her in the first try, but can he still close the distance? He does too much damage. The shields are too big, and he's healing as well. But he's running low. They're actually running the Ribbon down now. She almost gets caught in that Victor W, but just barely gets away.
So
Senna catching targets with her root, and they will trade 1-for-1. Udyr and Echo both drop. We're looking at a 4v4. You could watch Jarvan here. Could be the playmaker. But the Riven can chase anyone down.
Yeah,
Jarvan
he's looking for Popang now.
Meanwhile, Galio takes out Mark Boots. Another trade 1-for-1. That's actually 2-for-1 as Seraphine will drop as well. We're only looking at Brown Man, Darius, and Jiggity as they have to retreat away from the 3 members of Glacial holding their ground.
Oh my god, these fights are so drawn out. There's so much healing, there's so much shield, there's so much mobility. The team they're just in and out, in and out, in and out until members are going down. I mean, that fight, let's see. I was ready for it, but let's see how much we actually caught of that because of how long that fight was.
My eyes were on Jarvan and Riven here. But Galio goes down. Oh, it was Mark Boots with a beautiful shuffle. He catches 2, but at the same time, he gives his life. So they do get Galio, but they trade Azir. Meanwhile, Jarvan goes and picks up the Seraphine, making that actually worth for Glacial. So you could argue another Mark Boots shuffle that maybe was a bit too deep.
Yeah.
Because it's just right outside the enemy turret where they have all that space that they can work with and not feel threatened. He probably thought, my Ribbon's smurfing right over my shoulder. I can go in here.
Yeah.
But Jarvan made a crafty play and actually went Glacial's way in that fight. And this is a match right here. It's
this is a hell of a match.
It's tough to catch everything. These guys are good. They don't waste time.
Yeah, we're looking at only a exactly 1K gold lead here for Maad City. So this is a neck-and-neck game. Let's take a look at items here. So Jin, 7-1, looking pretty stacked. He's got 3 items and boots already.
And now we can talk about fasting Senna because she's just working on her 2nd item, and she has no income. So if you're looking at AD difference, you look at the strength relative from Jin to Senna. Jin's stronger, obviously. But how much stronger than Seraphine is Galio? You know, advantage, you got to give it to Maad City. The way fasting works, you're going to get a beefy Galio, but to keep up with this Jin and the way he's curving, you need items on that Senna.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time for Senna to catch up to that point, you know?
So an engage from the Udyr, actually looking to get turned, but it's Brown and Mandarius right around the corner. He will go in on about 3 or 4. Easy focus, but look at these jumps and these shields. A huge Seraphine ulti to deter them from advancing into Tribrush, but it's a 1-for-0. They pick Udyr clean.
Jarvan's looking for something here.
Oh no, he misses EQ. Oh, she canceled it.
Yeah.
That's a great call. Try. That is beautiful canceling here. And it looks like she's going to be able to run down the Echo as well. Brown Man Darius. That was so clean.
Oh, and now they're looking to chase down
They're
the
all
rest
stuck.
of the members.
They have to deal with this Riven.
This is they're in trouble here because this could result in Baron.
Brown Man Darius waits out the taunt. Now he can go in. He tries the Q3 in, doesn't close the space, actually drops to the Senna. Victor doing so much damage here, and Senna staying alive forever. No. It's a 1v1. Victor wins this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, another overextension from Maad City, punished by Glacial. I thought when Galio taunt went down,
me too,
that Riven was going to be able to make that play, but the burst damage.
Yeah, she got hit point blank with the Senna stun, and after after that popped and she was locked down, it was just game over from there.
Maybe he needed a QSS to continue that play. Hard to say because Riven usually doesn't drop with 1 CC ability, but now we see Victor running down Udyr, but I've never seen an Udyr die, so he's just going to be fine.
Yeah, he doesn't die.
No. Not when I'm watching. And we have a pretty neutral, even game state. Drake's 2-2, Towers 4-3, and Gold is still within 1K. It's less than 1K.
This time it's Glacial Esports up 1K, but it's so close.
And I don't think one team has a 5v5 advantage over the other. What would you say? Try scaling 6 items 5v5. Who do you like?
So it seems like the issue here actually lies with the Udyr. So Riven and Udyr rely in like running just head on at the enemy team, and they have so much peel that it's proving to be difficult.
Okay, so Udyr liability in the
And
front
the
to
way
back,
his
5v5.
play style is so straightforward.
Yeah.
And I think it's costing right now.
Oh, look at this Riven flank, though. If Red Team focuses too much on this situation, Riven can come and flank. Huge Cataclysm, huge Galio ulti. That is the Glacial Esports combo, but it's answered by Brown Man Darius on the Riven. He's uncontested. He's jumping around, and it looks like he can kill everybody. They don't have the tools here to deal with him as he runs down Echo. There's the stopwatch.
Oh.
He will flash on Senna. That was nasty. Now he can chase Popeng. He's going to EQ over the wall, but it's all about the Riven and closing the distance.
Oh, no.
The carries are down. The carries are down for Glacial Esports. Brown Man Darius able to just run around this map. He doesn't care about this stun.
I think he's going to... Oh, that's speed right there. Does
Dude,
he say...
you never know when Riven can chase, because look at this.
Oh,
look at
my
this.
God.
He's forced to ulti away. Riven doesn't care about tower
This is insane.
and goes for it. Misses the R. Really nice dodge by Echo.
Balls of steel on this man.
But look at how much you can tank with that E
Yeah,
coming up.
oh
Probably
my
every
God.
like 4 seconds now on
Let's
that
take a look
E.
at this play again.
Yeah, so Glacial hits a really nice Jarvan Galio combo here, but their carries just get taken out by an Azir and the Riven flank mostly. The Brown Man Darius. I saw he was lined up bottom of river when that all went down, and it's just hard to, engage on backline when you have a Riven threatening your own backline.
Don't worry, guys. Not stuttering. It's just our super awesome stop and go slow-mo replay.
Dude, stop it
It's
there.
hard-
Oh, nice.
oh.
Stop it again.
Yep,
Oh,
yep, exactly.
nice. You
A
see
little
that?
hard to
You see
follow
that
along
animation
there,
cancel? Pause here for a second. All right, great. Well, now it's 3 Drakes to 2. Maad City with the victory. The Riven that was unanswered with a nice flank angle. Glacial Esports making a great play, but just getting punished by that champion. Speaking to your point, Tri, I think they need to line up front to back without that flank threat.
Yes, it's hard now. I mean, look how far ahead Riven is. Getting close to 300 farm. Is that full build already? Yeah, so, man, a force to be reckoned with. Going to be really hard to deal with that. Look at her right now, just running them down the mid lane. They don't... Oh, my God. And to delete the Darius like that. I mean, Galio. Oh,
and
my
that's
God.
a farming Galio.
Yeah.
He has 153 CS. He just instantly drops. I mean, he has magic resist in his build. And Riven just shreds right through him. She's
Look
just
at,
going
she's
on
literally
everyone
just
she
running
sees.
around the map looking for
Yeah.
people.
And that's a Baron start. You have this massive piece that you have to deal with.
Look
The
at
EQ
this
will
Riven,
miss.
man.
He's just going to take this fight heads up. But that's too much CC and burst. And that's how you do it. And the
Oh,
Baron
it's-
gets stolen by Echo. And
Oh
now
my
the fight
God.
will continue. A double kill for Victor. Echo looking for more. And mistakes were made. Mistakes were made by Maad City. Baron goes over to Glacial, and they lose Riven.
Oh my gosh, Riven getting too ahead of herself right here. That is just so aggressive, and it doesn't pay off. And now they're up 3K gold. They just got the Baron. Another double kill on this Victor, who's also at 300 farm. He'll be full build after this base probably. And now they're taking down some mid towers.
They have Baron buff, and there's no
That
Riven
damage!
threat. Victor is dropping the burst on Riven time and time again. Senna usually hitting the W, doing
Yeah.
a great job hitting Riven with that spell. But it's Victor with the burst power that champ has. Riven can't actually heal through it, I guess, at this stage of the game, even though she's 6 items. I could see her maybe picking up a Spirit Visage. Could help deal with that burst and increase her healing. I don't know what she'd sell for that, but the Victor seems to be an answer. But wait!
Oh!
The Insta-2 one-shot, and she's going to advance onto more Glacial Esports members. Where did that even come from?
My
The instant 2-man one-shot.
So Victor has to base right here. He still has Baron. He could probably defend, but how hard are they going to get punished for that?
I don't see their minions. Their minions are walking up mid-wave. Do they tank turret?
Udyr just says, I'm tanking. They need... Oh, and Riven just playing
this
so
looks like
aggressive still.
Mid-inhib and possibly soul setup. That's if they tank this turret. This is...
Yeah, they have no minions. They're doing their best, so they get it there.
I mean, it's only Victor. I guess he can't do much. So they get mid lane. They
Now
get
they go to
chipped a bit
Drake.
for it. But they do have a Seraphine. And Drake's up in a minute 11.
This is that scenario, though. Like, I think they should go and set up now. Get vision controls. Have Riven off to the side somewhere, getting ready for that flank play. It's hard to say. Like, I mean, now is a good time. They can get there in time, but I think they all need to run directly there.
I think that
Glacial
they
Esports
will.
already on their way.
Imagine that Riven flank with the Infernal Soul. She just
my
insta-deleted 2 members. I didn't even know what
I didn't
to
even
say,
see her
think.
TPing in.
Yeah, it was a crazy flank. So, living and dying by the sword that is Brown Mandarius. Will
Yeah.
it cut you or the enemy team? We'll have to see what happens next. Because if he gets too rambunctious, they get punished by the burst from Victor. But if he's making those clean flank plays, it's just all over for Glacial.
So good wave control here mid. Now clearing up some vision and making their way over to this Drake up in 10 seconds. I don't know if Glacial can contest this. Echo's on his way from base.
We've seen crazier contests like that Baron steal, so we'll have to see what happens. Eyes on Papang. Does he go in for the smite steal? He's getting zone. He goes in. It's 2K. They're looking to focus him, but he turns and fights. A big Seraphine ulti and hit him up. Rob will kill Senna to start it.
Oh, he got
That's
it.
a good start. But Red Team gets it. That's Glacial. But what do they lose in return, everyone, from
The
Maad?
game.
Except Riven dropped. I didn't see Riven go down. They trade Riven, but they get Drake and 2. So it's a 4v3. And they're pinging base. They could go top
I know,
turret
are they
if
gonna
base
go?
doesn't work.
Okay, they are going to go top. I didn't realize Riven went down. I said game because I thought it was a 3 for... I thought it was a 3 for 0, and they were just going to run 5 mid. But I got a little just... It was a little crazy there.
You have to watch Jarvan go in. You want to know who smites it.
And then
but
Riven's off on the side doing something that
everybody
you can't see at
reacts
all.
to that. Everybody reacted to that Jarvan EQ, and
Yeah.
all hell broke loose. We see another fight at the tier 2, and it's going to be Echo goes in for some chunk. It's disengaged. Nothing to see here. Next objective.
Okay,
Baron,
so this
1 minute
dragon
40.
in 4 minutes is a soul point for both teams. We're going to see it all break
I like
loose.
this.
Yeah, me too. This is a hell of a close game.
This is what you ask for.
Yeah.
So, like, what's a great game look like? I'm like, both teams have, soul point, and they have to, like, fight for it.
Yeah, they're both at 72K gold almost, and
Right.
30 kills on both teams. Like, this game.
Crazy game.
Yeah.
So who are our eyes on in the fight? Like, it's hard to
It's
track
so
Riven,
hard.
but if you take your eyes off of Victor for half a second, he deletes people. Senna, I think, is quietly giving so much value.
Low-key,
to
I
these
haven't
fights.
even looked at Senna once. It's so much going on.
Yeah.
That there's, like, so much higher impact. Like, not even necessarily higher impact, but, like, more
Yeah.
obvious impact characters that
right,
I'm
right.
watching.
So maybe Riven and Victor are who I'm going to try and keep my eyes on.
Yeah, but what
Seraphine,
about
ulti,
Chickadee, man? He's 9-3 and 13.
But
And this is Azir's setup.
he can only free hit on the basis of his team
Yeah.
doing what they need to
Yeah.
do, right? So, AD's just kind of sit in the back and hit, especially Jin. If he's landing his skill shots and setting his team up, then we'll have to make note of that. Woo! It's getting intense here. Baron up in 20. It's a 5-man mid. They're kind of protecting their mid wave. I think they want to bring Glacial into them and into the lane. They don't want to face check. And it's going to be the Udyr running down Echo. One stun should be no problem. But they are just in base. They could get corralled here. But there's not that many flank tools for Glacial. As Galio kind of found out. He's going to get focused by 3. But there's another fight on another front. Where Jarvan ulti goes down. And it looks like Brown Man Darius will drop to Senna. I'm looking for Victor now. Big shuffle. Couple members getting really low. They need to get Victor here, but can't. Couple low HP bars. Here comes Udyr. Udyr not great in this situation, but can be able to run. Senna with those long-range autos. Pick him up. And now it's a 1 for 2.
Oh my God, this game is getting real crazy.
I missed Riven going down. Riven was in the action that was going down when we saw Galio die.
Yep.
I didn't see what hit her, but I think she went down to Senna ulti and probably some Victor burst. So it's red team. It's Glacial starting Baron. Whoever gets this Baron is going to have a higher chance of getting that soul. Can it even be contested? It's burning quick. I don't think so.
I don't think they can.
Yeah, jungle's down. Brown Man Darius is down. And you can't walk in river with your carries. So that's Baron over to Glacial. They need to translate this into getting soul, and then the game should be in their hands. Woo! This fight could decide the game. Could very well decide the game.
I know. At this point, it's a drop of a dime. It's so neck and neck. Glacial Esports actually a 4K gold, but does that even matter at this point? Everybody is full builds.
Not really.
Okay, Azir is the only one.
Yeah, but the gold lead is almost nothing. Jarvan will go over the wall on Mark Boots, but he could shuffle back. That would have been a really random 1v1 had anyone gone down there. Looking to get aggressive over the wall here.
Azir, Mark Boots too low to do anything here, I think. I think this is going to be a soul over to Glacial Esports.
He get back in TP.
Oh, no.
And we see Maad City is going to engage on this 2-man because they're a bit out of position from the rest of their team. Here comes Galio to help, but Jarvan gets exploded. That's jungle down. Brown Man Darius is still going. He's getting chunk low. They got to burst him. He's burning. He's down. Where are the carries? Mark Boots getting ready to look for a shuffle. Maybe it's a front to back, but look at that Victor damage. So much damage. Mark Boots tries to
just gets away with 10%.
He's in the middle of 3, and the Senna untouched. Senna, the difference maker in that fight. Victor dropped so much damage, but it was Senna who was able to free fire from distance.
Wow. So at this point, it looking like a Glacial Esports game.
I think so. I mean, Infernal Soul on top of what the tools they have to deal with Riven, it's just burst damage at this point. But you're putting an Infernal Soul on a full item Victor. That is enough burst to actually deal with Riven. And we saw Jarvan going down early. But it didn't even matter.
I think this is game.
It's just base time. Yeah, we can't.
They're not blind to see timers. Oh my God, they just delete Jin there.
And they're already putting the soul to work and hitting Nexus try. We don't even have to speculate. You get that soul, you just win. Look how easy it was.
Oh my God.
No, but I really am a bit too blind to see those death timers, and I should have, like, you know, really
it was like 10 or 20 seconds when they were pulling up to the Nexus there.
Yeah, we should have just called, guys, that's game. This fight ends it because timers are too high. And what an exciting bout we have for game 1 in our week 6. I'm calling it the match of the day because we already saw an epic battle, and it goes over to Glacial, the team that we thought could be the one team that upset Maad City and completely shake up the standings.
Wow. So I don't know if we really predicted it there, but we said this is the one team who we think could knock Maad City off their pedestal. And I know it's only game 1. We could go game 3, and Maad City could still take this. But I'm not going to lie. I'm really damn excited to get to this next game. That was a great game to watch. 2 really, really great competitors there in a neck-and-neck game, literally from the start. From the start of the game,
no doubt,
it was neck and neck. So really exciting. We're going to go on and get this next game loaded up. So it's going to be pretty quick. We're trying to hop into these games real quick for you guys. We are doing replays. Because of our delay, we had to let these teams go ahead and get their games done on schedule, and we're just bringing them in now. So we already got this loaded up. Is there anything you want to cover before we hop into the next one?
Yeah. Maad City reverse sweep.
Yeah? You think that lit a fire under them?
I shouldn't say it so boldly, but I do think they're going to come back and win the game. I think their top laner just kind of overrushed it. And
It seemed like in the mid game, Darius and Mark Boots were kind of like
flexing.
Yes.
They were
yes.
flexing.
Yes,
And
didn't
they
play
just
out.
need to play clean and close out.
Definitely.
Had those guys really played this game like it was for their lives, I think they would have won it.
Okay.
Because they just, they need to, if they get a small lead in the early game, I think they'll be able to translate it.
I can see that. So let's take a look at the picks here again. So Popping on the Udyr this time.
Yeah, Popping will take Udyr. So really strong pick, and I've never seen that champ die.
Ooh,
So
we got Mark Boots on the Yone.
Yeah, before
I need to get my notebook out and inspect this gameplay so I can pull it out in my own games. I'm trying to pick up Yone myself. It's not really going too well, but
Can you tell anyone listening out there why you played Yone?
did I tell anybody?
No, can you?
Oh hell yeah!
What?
I've been
Why?
watching tons of anime, so you know,
Simple
it's
as
got
that.
me in the Yone mood.
This guy's like, yeah, I'm climbing, doing pretty good, playing top lane, and then watches too much anime, picks Yone.
Hell yeah.
Hey, it happens.
Me and my wonderful wife, Holy Boxers, have been watching a lot of Naruto. And so, hey, if you guys didn't know, the TL and Naruto crossover, grab some of that merch, 'cause I'm not going to lie, it's pretty nice.
Dude, it's not as nice as 1Life2Play's merch. Come on.
Not yet. We got some awesome
It'll never
stuff
be.
coming. If you guys haven't seen our Fatality shirt, Mortal Kombat, let me tell you.
Oh,
Oh, Kate, Holy Boxer says, where can they find that?
That's a great
You guys can find that at 1life2play.com/shop. We got all kinds of awesome gear in there. And let me tell you guys, it's incredibly affordable.
oh, it sure is, and it looks nice. But also, before I brought it up. Before I called the reverse sweep, I also got a chance to see the champs they locked, and I just really liked Yone Lilia mid jungle 2v2.
Yeah, and we've seen Mark Boots go absolutely insane on the Yone before. So we know that is one of his champions in his repertoire, and we'll see if it pays off.
And I think Silas will win this matchup too. Echo can never really kill you through W. He can only kind of like short burst you.
And then he's going to take his all, and what are you going to do then, you know? So
Yeah. So Darius actually wins this. This could be an all-in because he's holding W forever.
I
Unless he
think
doesn't
used
have
it
W.
already.
Oh, he
He
doesn't
used
have
it.
it. He's level 2, and he didn't. He started QE. My bad.
Oh, okay, okay.
I thought he.
I
was
thought I
like-
saw him use it.
I think he started EQ. I shouldn't speak too soon, but I do like Silas in that matchup. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say. And also, I love Yone in this matchup. Cassinan is weak against AD mids, AD melee mids. Mostly like Garen or Renekton really give him a hard time. But Yone can actually pressure him. And if your Yone is pressuring lane early, that means you get a mid-game Yone that isn't 0-3.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. As you see, Cassinan, no way to deal with this. Oh,
if you
nice
hit that
jukes,
Q
though.
there.
Yeah, nice jukes. This looks...
What's that speed boost? Oh.
Oh, and I'll have to eat my words. That is
Caster
Devil
Curse.
Unicorn on Echo with First Blood on Brownman Darius. Now we see a 3v2, a gank from Lilia, but they're looking to trade it back. That was a flash forward from the Rel here, and there's a 2v1 in the mid lane where they also pick up Yone. This is
What is
Glacial
happening?
Esports coming out with flames.
Yeah, wow. Action in every single lane, working out great for Glacial Esports. I really thought that aggressive play with Samira there was an overstep, and I thought she was going to go down. We hopped to mid to see the kill on Yone, so I don't actually even know how she got out of that, but well played.
And she still has flash. I think she just walked away in her like shield mode really slowly.
No, it wasn't Rel, it was Samira.
Oh, okay.
Flashed in.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I thought Rel was going to go down. No, back to be canceled. And yeah, it was a gank by Inaman on Lilia that they tried to trade back. but no result there. But they were able to find Yone in the mid lane. And that was the difference maker. And now they're up 1,600. That's a decent amount. Pre 5 minutes.
Definitely. I think, like you said, like
Oh,
okay,
this
so
could be a
they're
dive
looking
on
for the
Echo. He needs to get out of dodge. He has flash.
Oh, okay.
Lilia can flash. Oh, or just hits him with the bowling ball and follows it up. And we saw Brownman Darius canceled Echo's recall with a fake E.
Yeah.
You saw that? He snapped back to the wave. Really nice and calculated, giving his Lilia enough time to come clean that up. Blue team, Glacial look for a bounce here. They want to crash this wave. Wonder if it'll be contested. Probably not by Senazillion.
Yeah, I think it's too early for them to really have much pressure in this lane. So even though it looked like they had the health advantage, I don't think they could really make anything happen there.
Senna and Zillion, you kind of have double support, but the Senna is actually CSing this time. So remember last game, Senna wasn't even farming and became a,
Yeah, absolute menace.
a menace in that game. Now imagine her with farm. Zillion going less punished than we have seen today. Hit him up, Rob. Doing a good job not dying.
I'm surprised to see Udyr get through for 3 of these matches today.
I mean, there are ways to deal with him. He still is just a melee champ with no mobility. We kind of saw him fall off a bit last game.
Yeah.
2v2, top side. Lilia is going to sleep both. Are they going to take the play? Nice W. Ooh, Echo ulti. Big burst. And Brownman Darius, he didn't have his cooldowns. He goes in with Echo ulti. He's getting low, but just drops before he can even use it. And that's what you hate to see from either Echo or Silas.
Mark
And
Budic
really nice plays by
relentlessly chasing down
Glacial.
this Udyr. It's not going to pay off.
He'll miss R. And just really well. I mean, Echo could take this right here. I don't think Stone will land, but decent chip here, a burst.
Good damage.
And Cassinen's actually getting through this lane. And remember,
he's passing up in farm. He's got the kill. Like, you don't really want to let him just have lane for free like that.
Udyr probably not going to die. Cassinen to come in to follow up with Ignite and Burst to take out Lilia in the 2v2. But Brahman Darius, was that another Echo ult?
He just never used it the first time.
I was going to say, that was confusing. A big Echo ult from the Silas, but no one drops. These are situations Silas loves, though. Oh, he could W him and just win it. Oh, but he... Okay, he almost lost the opportunity. Yeah, really kind of crazy for Cassinan. He's looking for the one-shot damage without the W in response. But as soon as Silas hits that W, he actually wins, and Cassinan goes over there. These players are playing, you can tell it's just tense situation, just taking the really close calls. Everybody wants to be that next big play.
Ooh, taking a tower shot there. You really don't want to see that.
And it's just fights over and over at Raptors. We see the support roam coming from Glacial first. Zillion's still in the river, so they have man advantage wherever Rel is. Echo was looking for a dive. The chains will hit. The W needs to come through.
Another shot, turret shot.
And this is what Silas likes, though. Both members really low. But Silas low on mana.
Yeah, he needs to be careful of that Echo ulti, but I think Echo's just going to reset here.
Cassidy with the big all-in. That's an electrocute Cassidy, capable of mid-game trading like that. But had the lane gone differently, Yone could be in a position where Cassidy can't do that to him. It just happens to be that Cassidy can look to get nice and aggressive, chipping Yone any chance he gets. Mark Boots with a shield trade. Junglers are Udyr topside near Herald, and Lily, I believe, on bot side in River. Could be a trade of neutrals.
I think they're taking Dragon right now.
Yeah. Udyr invading Raptors, looking to get a CS lead. He is up about 10 or so.
Jiggity just going to leave both those souls for some reason after drag. I guess catch this wave, but... Why you do that?
Yeah, is that like illegal on Senna to just like
Yeah,
leave
like
two
you
souls?
just get 2 free souls off of killing objectives. You're just going to leave them?
Maybe he thinks like he doesn't want to lose minion XP.
Yeah. Or they saw them clearing wards into
Just
that
look
river
dangerous.
brush, so maybe they thought, like, get out of there in case, you know, maybe they didn't know where Udyr was. They didn't want to get set up.
Yeah, yeah, there could be some reasons. When you do spend the time of 3 members to kill Drake, you're losing tempo that entire time, and the moments it takes you to get back on the map are very crucial. But souls are also good. But there's no Herald take in response quite yet, and both junglers are topside. Could expect possibly a 2v2, but Lilia, I think, is pathing bot. So my eyes are going to be on Udyr after this gromp where he goes. Dive top could be a possibility. Herald could be a possibility. He's going to start the Herald. Look at these tense fights in the mid lane. Both champions going very low, but it's the Electrocute Ignite on the Kassadin, catching Mark Boots off guard. And he just had Sum's advantage in the mid lane. And this Kassadin, Logan 22, bro, could be popping off this game.
Yeah, 3-1 in this lane where he should, on paper, have a disadvantage. Just goes to show that I think he will be a force to be reckoned with.
Most definitely. See a nice Rel, 2-man ulti into 2-man stun. The Samira will dive in, but she has no mana, no HP, and will drop to the Lilia, who shows up first. And I believe Rel will go down. It's a matter to who. 2v1 in the top lane. This is the response play. Brown Mandare's doing a pretty good job in the 1v2. He's going to need another W. He does not find one. Goes down to pop hang on Udyr. And while they do clean up the Rel, it goes over to Senna. Senna on the board.
So 2 for 1 for
Maad
City.
And Herald taking down top turret for Glacial. Plate's going down on bot side for Maad. We got ourselves a regular old split map trade objective game. These are games you really like to see. One team makes a play on bot side. You see, okay, Lilia's bot. You send that 2v1. It becomes a game of trading. Samira, despite giving that kill over and Senna picking up a kill, I'd say that evens the lane out because of the CS lead that Samira is able to get in the mid. Mark Boots still taking those trades, although Kassadin with his mythic completed, he's happy to do that.
I think so too. I think Kassadin can burst.
This could be an Ignite dive. Yeah, it's just a one shot. Just not expecting the Kassadin damage. You know, I know a lot about. I've seen Kassadin do this many times by now. Our mid laner is a big Kassadin player.
The biggest thing is the difference in the build path in runes. Like,
yeah,
Kassadin didn't used to do damage like that at level 11. It's the fact that now you go the Ludens and you have the Electrocute. Like, you
and
cannot
Ignite.
underestimate the damage.
It is a level 6 like burst champ now. It's not this level 16 1v9 win the game champ. It really does have that burst chance. We see a 2v1 in the top lane. Lilia showing up here. It's going to be Devil Unicorn in the 1v2. You got to assume he's going to ulti for big bucks. An Ominent running away. Echo ulting the other way. Brown Mandarius chains miss. Here comes all in from Mark Boots. That's his Ignite. No dice.
Wow, and it looked like for a second there he was looking at potentially going back in. Good call not to, but...
Yeah, good job by Echo. Just
Does he
playing
look
the...
here?
Okay, Brown Mandarius goes in with the big W heal, but with no W, can Echo chase him down? The answer is no.
He needs to be careful. We see Mark Boots making his way up from mid. Okay, he's turning back.
Drake up in 25. So with all this action going on top lane, it's going to be a question of who can set up River first. It looks like Glacial. Mark Boots, no ulti, no flash, no ignite. Nothing on Yone here for this Drake fight. I wonder if he's communicating with his team. Guys, I'm compromising this fight. We should look to trade away. Full control of blue side jungle is Glacial Esports. Lilia going to have to navigate this situation if she wants to look at smiting Drake, but could be a give.
Looks like it. So Infernal Drake going over to Glacial Esports, which, if I'm not mistaken, that means finally it will not be a Infernal Drake soul. Going to be an Ocean soul.
Ocean.
About time. 4 games later, 4 Infernal souls later, we do have an Ocean soul.
Kind of like the inverse of Infernal in a way, but I'll take it, and so will Glacial Esports if they get there. Because they're up 6K at 15 minutes. That is a very significant lead. But I do think it was right call by Maad City to give that Drake. They'll go 1-1 Drakes, look to farm their camps.
Yeah, I think we're going to really want to keep our eyes on Cassidy in this game. I think he's going to be... I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Like, for Maad City right now, does it look like they're in a really, really tough spot? I know we're not that far off. It's quite a bit of a gold lead, but only 5K kill difference. They both have Drakes. They both have decent-looking comps that scale, but Cassidy 4-1 already at level, what level is he, 12 now?
Yeah.
That's pretty intimidating.
So it looks awful for Maad City. The game is not looking great, but what they have is like the puncher's chance, the knockout punch. They have high impact spells.
Jiggity. See you later.
Jiggly is completely deleted. He could even look to get Zil R, but that'd be risky. What I was going to say is between Yone R, Lilia R, and just having Senna, the game's a lie, but they're going to look to pick Lilia now. They're just pouring it on. Glacial Esports came to play this game too. Here comes the Yone ulti, will go wide. Mark Boots not finding the mark in this game.
Maad City going to be furious that Diddy caster cursed them when he said that they were going to have the 2-0 comeback.
Yeah. It's hard to not eat your words sometimes.
Oh, of course. I feel that.
Groundman Darius looking for the play. The nice Rel ulti on multiple members.
Oh, big Samir ulti.
4v3. And I think Matt has members, but Echo going deep, picking up Senna. That's huge. The fight will continue with a double on this Echo in the top lane. Brown Mandar is still fighting. He is lasting so long, doing a ton of damage. He needs another W. Lilia is his backup. He turns. There's the W. A bit more burst damage. Can Lilia 1v2 this? I don't think so. Oh, her jump got interrupted, and she's going to go down shortly.
Oh,
and that's an ace for Glacial.
Too little, too late there. Another big fight going over to Glacial Esports, and now they're up over 10K gold.
Biggest lead of the day?
Really rough. I think it is the biggest lead of the day.
Yeah, what I was going to say about Maad City and the way they get back into this game, they have the puncher's chance. They could do a nice Lilia sleep, a nice Yone R, and they have this Senna. If you go Giga late with Senna, you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
So you need to drag the game out and look for massive ultis with Lilia, Yone, and if Silas could get a Rel ult, that would be ideal as well. Other than that, you're looking at 11K difference. You'd have to have a lot of great
11K
macro.
difference at 18 minutes.
Yeah,
that's early for a gold difference like that.
Yep. Drake minute 20.
Baron minute 30 as well.
Yeah, I think of all our games today, Chai, this game might not be a, like Rally at Soul or Rally at Dragon game. When one team gets ahead this far, you don't need Soul to close games. Baron becomes your objective.
Yeah, definitely. Udyr, oh no.
Jiggity with nowhere to jig except alive to his base. And Mark Boots with the answer here. Oh. Will Udyr ever die?
Oh my.
He died
goes down to
for
burn.
the first time ever. So they will trade Udyr's life for their own Silas. 1-for-1. And it wasn't a trade. It was two different situations where Devil Unicorn again on Echo. We haven't even talked about Echo top, other than me saying it's a bad matchup.
Yeah, and here he is 5-2 with Silas 2-5. So most of those looking like the top lane fight where he's picking up these kills.
And it just be like that sometimes. We'll see if
be
Mark
like
Boots and Anamen can make a play here with the Lily and Yone combo. If these two have ultis. Actually, neither of them have ultis. And it's Grasp Echo. Grasp AP Echo.
Oh, this Cassidy. So confident here. Does he look for this? Okay.
It's going to be an Ocean start. This could be a give for Maad City again. I'm going to guess they are, based on their position on the map.
Yeah, I think they're kind of focused on that Cassidy a little bit, and it was well played. Cassidy just kind of playing aggressive. He made it look like, I might go in for something. So they were all prepared, but in the meantime, his team was just taking Dragon. I can assume that he actually had no intention of ever going in there. It was all a mind game.
Like bluffing pressure, right?
Yes.
That is a thing. And FF?
I think that may be an FF.
When you see everybody just randomly flashing
and leaving
like
the game
diving
one by
turrets
one.
and fighting.
Yes. So they did understand they were down 12K gold. It's really, really difficult to come back from that. Man. So Maad City, 6-1 now. Still obviously secured in our first place position, but somebody finally taking a set from them.
And it's Glacial Esports, the team. I've been talking about these guys for weeks because we haven't had a chance to see them play. They keep having issues that I know nothing about, resulting in them
not being able to make matches. Yeah.
And every week I say, guys, watch out for Glacial Esports. They're the dark horse. They came in at 2-3, improved to 3-3. If we knew the results of off-stream games, we could talk a bit about what to expect for next week. But I know it's with that result and Glacial going to 3-3, Kent State improving to 4-2. We need to know what MEC Hysteria did, and we could have tiebreakers. Which is eventually what I would get to. Is our tiebreakers is something we would have to talk about, obviously.
Yeah, and they're gonna be hyped too.
Yeah, they'd be crazy. Like do or die, win or go home. Like we get to say those things when there's tiebreakers or blood round games.
Definitely. I'm just gonna check real quick with our production. I don't know if we have any interviews. Okay, yeah, so these games obviously had to be played off stream, and we did recordings as the playback due to the fact that we had some issues earlier. Glad we got those cleared up. I hope that you guys had a great time watching the stream today, regardless of those issues. So thank you for being patient with us while we fix those. We're going to go ahead and hand it over to Holy Boxers to close out today's stream.
All right, well, congratulations to Glacial Esports. They took down Maad City, and they are officially not undefeated anymore, so congratulations. And you know what Diddy did say? If any one team was going to fit, or was... I'm sorry, I can't stand the sound of my own voice. If any team is going to beat Maad City, it's going to be Glacial, and they did it, so congratulations. So don't forget, you guys, playoffs will be starting February 27th. It's one best of 5. The following Saturday will be the second best of 5, and then the following Saturday will be finals, where we'll be playing 2 best of 5s for a consolation match and then finals match. So we have one more week of regular season play before we get to that. Here are the current standings. Look at that, you guys. We're getting a pretty good idea of who's going to be our top 4. I think if a few things happen, it could switch up a little bit, so definitely don't sleep on next week. You need to come watch and figure out who's going to be in the top 4. Now, it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, so make sure you get your Player 1, Player 2 shirts from 1Life2Play.com/shop. Look at all that merch. It's amazing. We've got also that new Fatality shirt that Trifolge mentioned. The Mortal Kombat shirt is amazing. I'm going to get one for myself, cut the bottom off, crop it. You know how I do. I also have a really good date idea for you guys and your partners. So you're going to come to 1Life2Play, 6070 Broadview Road. You're going to go down the street, just like a few doors down. You're going to get breakfast or lunch at the Cute Diner. Then you're going to come here, play video games with your partner, and then you're going to go home and do whatever you do after a date. Now, I don't know what you guys do after a date. I know me and my partner we get home, we lay in bed, and then we put on Naruto. So if that's what you guys want to do, come out to 1Life2Play, 6070 Broadview Road. Happy Valentine's Day. Congratulations to our winning teams today, and we will see you same time, same place next Saturday.
Question Muncie, who we interviewed last week after he was just destroying top laner game after game with the Volibear. He was raid boss status, like Volibear rework status on this champion. But I assume that Aquanthony and New York University have done their research and seen that, and they'll know how to temper their aggression, because I spoke to the 3v3 on the top side. The one piece that is really hard to fight against in the river is that Volibear, right? But he's easy to target and maybe burst, but he packs a punch on his own. So my eyes are on the McMaster University top laner there if fights do break out on that side of the map.
Yep, so far not much has happened. I mean, Volibear is pushing in. He's the stronger champion. Viego and Hecarim are topside. Right now, technically, Volibear is open to a gank, but we'll see what happens. Good trade by Camille. She found a window. There comes the Q by Volibear to huge one.